Hi everybody, I'm Dr. John Douillard, and today I want to talk about how we can boost our immunity now. Like, what are some of the things that we can do to help strengthen our immune system? I've been getting, constant flow of emails and calls asking, what do I do to support my immune system during this kind of really crazy time? And one of the things that are really important to do, basic things, Nobel Prize winning science things, is your circadian clock, keeping your body in rhythm. This is the most important thing we can do for our immune system, is to not stay up late, definitely not be looking at a blue screen, into the evening for sure without a night filter on it. It's very important for us to start to kind of sync up with those rhythms of nature, because they are the reason we have an immune system, because our immune system ebbs and flows with the light-dark cycles, and it's so critically important, which is why melatonin, which is the molecule that we produce that connects us to the light-dark cycles, has been shown in study after study after study to be a really powerful immune-boosting, supporting agent. And something you might want to really think about is, right during this time, is to get yourself to bed early, get yourself up early. Vitamin D in the morning is the sunshine vitamin, another vitamin that's been shown to restore the circadian rhythms. But also studies show that vitamin D, when they took killer T cells and they measured how much vitamin D was in there when they engaged in an immune battle, the vitamin D, if it was a half full or 3/4 full, didn't engage in an immune battle, but it didn't engage in a full immune fight only when it was 100% full of vitamin D. So your killer T cells depend on the sun, which is the sun vitamin, which is vitamin D. So that comes in the morning, so you take that in the morning. Possibly look at reading some of my articles on circadian medicine and low-dose melatonin during these times as a circadian medicine reset, but also as a hack to support your aging process. So go to LifeSpa.com, type in circadian medicine or type in low-dose melatonin and read those articles, because the science is overwhelming for immune support. And getting rest, getting to bed early, getting up early, getting back into rhythm. Meditation has been shown to be an immune booster. So getting into the rhythms of, shutting it down and de-stressing, because we know stress clearly is an immune compromising, agent. And if we can de-stress with shutting down and becoming more still, letting the body's rhythms, and biological clocks get reset, but also change the brainwave pattern from going stressed out and fast and beta activity to really calm and more coherent and more into what's called an alpha state, which is a more kind of self-aware state where the body can more easily be aware of itself, recognize problems as problems, employ an immune system response as needed, as opposed to being taken by surprise because you're so constantly overwhelmed by stress, your body, your immune system doesn't know what fire to put out at what time, and therefore maybe can't do any of it really, really well. So stress is a global immune compromising agent. So meditation, getting rest, exercise, again, powerful way to move your lymphatic system, which literally carries your immune system, which is like really important. So, and it's also been shown to boost immunity as well. And then lots of folks are saying, what do I do? What do I take? How do I support myself? So for years, I've been promoting a kind of an immune system, prevention plan for any type of an immune event. And I've always been a big fan of ashwagandha, been shown to be an immune booster. So fall harvested winter root. That we take to build immunity up in the wintertime when the immune system is a little bit on the weaker side. Vitamin C is really important. We have something called citrus C, which has all natural bioflavonoids, which is really important. So vitamin C is critically important. Vitamin C in the wintertime, which is really cool, interesting science. Vitamin C, like lemons and amalaki and grapefruits and oranges, they're harvested in the winter, interestingly. And that vitamin C is actually very effective at protecting your fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are very volatile. Like any oil, if it gets exposed to the sun and heated or whatever, they can be damaged and go rancid very, very quickly. So what vitamin C has been shown to do is to help protect the fat-soluble vitamins from going rancid. And if they did even go rancid, it would actually kind of reconstitute them, which is sort of amazing. And in Ayurveda, we have the winter, which is the Vata season, which is cold and dry, and the oils calm the coldness and dryness of Vata. That's why we eat nuts and seeds and heavier, warm, higher fat foods in the winter to insulate us. But those fats that do that and balance our nervous system, support our immune system, they're very volatile. So vitamin C is also harvested in the winter. Amalaki, the berry, is also a powerful immune boosting agent and harvested in the winter to protect your fat-soluble vitamins, and it's loaded with vitamin C. So just really cool, interesting kind of connection there. Chayavanprash is an Amalaki-based rasayana. It's an herbal paste, mostly of Amalaki, that we use. I've been using for decades and decades to boost immune function. And in the time when there's vulnerability, you take a little bit of that every single day. So you take a couple of capsules of ashwagandha in the morning, a 1,000 milligrams or so of vitamin C as a preventative dose, a tablespoon of chayavanprash after meals a couple of times a day, or once a day even as a preventative thing, works really well. And then I would oftentimes use turmeric as my winter support as well, because turmeric is a powerful immune booster. It helps support and heal and repair the lining of the respiratory tract, which is very, very important. And so that's something that I classically use for immune support. Even taking like turmeric and honey and making it into a paste and giving that to your children throughout the once or twice a day, another great strategy as well. But at this time, because the vulnerability seems to be mostly in the respiratory tract, we have a formula called Mucus Destroyer, which has got turmeric and ginger and black pepper, long pepper, but also has an Ayurvedic formula called Sitoplati, which is designed to soothe, heal, repair, support the natural mucosa of the respiratory tract. And as I've said for decades, if the respiratory tract or even the intestinal tract gets too dry or too wet, then the immune compromising, the function of that system won't work nearly as well. So you want to make sure that it's not too dry, not too wet. And the respiratory tract, when it gets irritated, produces a bunch of reactive mucus, and that reactive mucus is a breeding ground for undesirable bacteria, and then bad things begin to happen. So keeping your respiratory tract really healthy and balanced is critically important, in fact. So that's something else to think about, is taking something like the Mucus Destroyer, a little bit more specific for the respiratory tract. I oftentimes just give that to the kids. Adults take the turmeric, but this time around, with the respiratory tract being so vulnerable, you want to make sure that is as healthy as possibly can be. Other things you can do as well, my dear friend Patrick McEwen, who wrote the book The Oxygen Advantage, just wrote a beautiful blog. This reminded me about the benefits of nose breathing and nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is made in the paranasal sinuses, and the paranasal sinuses are, when you breathe through your nose, you take that nitric oxide, which is a powerful antiviral, immune boosting agent that you can do when you keep your mouth closed. We do naturally, our nose, as you breathe, has natural microbial protection and antiviral protection. So it's a natural thing that we have, and when you keep your mouth closed and breathe through your nose, you actually get those benefits. Not just the mucus that's there, but the nitric oxide that's produced in your sinuses is actually a powerful immune booster as well. So that's really cool. So then when you get a cold or you have an immune event and you want to do something to turn it around in its tracks kind of a thing, we have a formula called Immunoblast, which is absolutely our number one go-to agent for an immune event. It's got 3 types of mushrooms in it. It's got colloidal silver, garlic, astragalus, echinacea. It's just a powerful immune booster. It's got isatis root. It's just loaded with these powerful immune boosters to really give you that first defense immune response that you need. And you can take like 15 drops of that every couple of hours to just boost that immune system as part of your first defense. In addition to that, I would amp up the chayavanprash. I mean, I've literally eaten a whole jar of chayavanprash in one sitting. After a night of eating my kids' Halloween candy at night and feeling really bad after I did that, and then sat down and felt like I was going to come down with something. And many years ago, my kids were younger, and then I just ate the whole jar of chayavanprash and woke up the next morning. I felt bionic. I mean, I felt so good and so light, and like I was like 10 years younger. It was crazy, and absolutely no cold or anything like that. So it's just kind of a really great way Ayurvedically to turn those immune events around in its tracks. And the cool thing about the Chyavanprash is loaded with vitamin C, so it protects those fat-soluble vitamins, which balance your vata, which de-stress you, and we know the stress is an immune-compromising, event as well. The citrus C amp up your vitamin C a little bit more as well. 3, 4, 5,000 milligrams per day would be a more like knock it out of the park dose as well. And then taking the mucus destroyer more as well. 2 of those every couple of hours to just keep that immune system and fight that immune event as best you can. So there you have it. First thing, lifestyle. Get into rhythm. Go to sleep. Wake up. Think about melatonin as a way to hack the aging process, hack into your immunity, and get your circadian clock back into rhythm as quickly as you can, because the science there is crazy. Read my my circadian medicine articles. Just go to LifeSpa.com, type in circadian medicine, or type in low-dose melatonin, and you'll read about some of the benefits of that, which are just crazy. And then, good luck. This is a crazy time, but there's many things that we can do. I do like the idea of keeping your mouth closed, because those masks generally don't really protect us as much as we think they do. But we do have a protection, which is our body, our immune system. So let's kind of amp that up and make it as strong as possible here as we kind of move through this, kind of worrisome time. Okay, well, thanks for listening. Check all that information out at LifeSpa.com. We have a whole immune protocol that's written out that we'll post here along with this video, so you'll have access to everything I said kind of in a written form. Okay, thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard. Do you like this video? Don't forget to subscribe and share.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at LifeSpa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.